Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Jasper High School Baseball here on 18 WJTS. Tonight, the Cats on the road for a big PAC, or 3, 2, and 1. I don't know where I'm doing. 3, 2, and 1. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Jasper High School Baseball here on 18 WJTS. Tonight, the Cats on the road to battle the Castle Knights in a huge SIAC matchup. The Wildcats now 15-1 and winners of 6 straight after dispatching of Central 10-3 in 6 innings in a rain-shortened game last Thursday. The Knights come in at 15-3 on the season. They're perfect in the league at 6-0. The Cats' lone conference loss was, and their own loss was to Wrights a couple of weeks ago. It'll be Matthew Wright on the hill against Castle Ace and Auburn-bound pitcher Cam Tilley. A lot of pro scouts on hand for this one. Tonight we'll take a break and we'll see how the Wildcats fare here in Paradise right after this on 18 WJTS Sports. Welcome back to Castle as Cam Tilley, the senior right-hander, gets ready to work against the Cats tonight. Again, highly recruited. He's headed to Auburn. Don't know if he'll see Auburn. He has at least 10 major league scouts here tonight watching him pitch, and he's expected to go somewhere in that draft, so he'll have a decision to make. Ryan Like to lead things off for the Cats. He'll be in left field. Braden Giesler in center. Drew Bradley behind the plate. The Cats a busy week. Thursday, back on the road, warming up that bus on I-64 to North, and then we get ready for the Jasper, or the Hall of Fame tournament Friday night. Cats will play 1 game Friday, then 2 on Saturday. Friday night game at 5:45. So Light gets ready to battle Tilley here. Watson, Bainey, and Walker in the outfield. So Tilley stretches out. Castle in the navy blue tops, the only meeting between the two teams. First pitch poured in for a strike, and it's 0-1. We're off and running here from Castle. Third baseman Mitz Barfer in on the grass at third, and the ball fouled away. Mitz Darfer, I should say. Mitz Darfer. Fultz, Thomas, and Will Coleman. Castle, a very young team. Landon Lisp behind the plate. Lights are on. Blustery night. A little warmer than yesterday as Tilley will fire the 0-2 to Like. Hard biting slider, and it's 1-2. Play Like to go the other way. Kurt Welch, the veteran skipper of the Knights. The 1-2 offering on the way, and Like slaps it on the ground to short. Fultz up with it, comes over the top, and they cut down Like by a half a step, one away here in the visitor first. Cats want to put the ball in play, put pressure on the defense. Giesler gets in, a .289 hitter, no home runs, and 4 knocked in. He and the Wildcats hit at .336 as a team. Left-handed batter again. Third baseman in on the grass. This one tails outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Tilley has good command, as you would expect. The 0-1 pitch to Giesler. This one check swing, and he did not offer. 1-1, Terry Gober on the coaching line at third. Jason Albrand over at first. We have the sectional draw for the Wildcats. They'll play on opening night, Wednesday, right before Memorial Day. I believe it's the 24th. They'll play Washington in Game 2. Southridge and Heritage Hills open things up. The semifinals on that Memorial Day Monday. 2 winners from Wednesday. Then it's Vincennes and Pike Central in the bye game. This one lofted into left center field, but Watson had him played perfectly 2 away. So 2 up, 2 gone. Cats with some contact here in the first inning, and here comes Drew Bradley, yes, .386, 3 home runs, 17 knocked in behind the plate for the Wildcats. So the kick and the deal, and that dives low. 1-0. One 0 pitch. Breaking ball in for a strike, a hammer right in there. And it's 1-1. Bradley, big right-handed hitter. Will Wallace waits on deck. This one hit wide of the bag toward the dugout, third base side. And drew down the count 1-2. Matthew Wright will be on the hill for the Cats in the bottom half of this inning. The 1-2. Bradley did not chase, and the count squares at 2-2. It's Darfer. Now even with the bag, Bradley in that 3-hole, not exactly a bunt candidate. 2-2. The kick and the deal. And swung on and missed until he gets the strikeout. Cats retired, 3 up, 3 down. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Castle nothing, Jasper nothing. Back with more after this. Back of the ballpark, Matthew Wright on the hill for the Wildcats. Wright 4-0 with a 2.69 ERA. This will be his 5th start. 21 hits, 12 runs, only 5 earned. Struck out 37 and walked just 7 on the season. Coleman, a left-handed hitter, gets in. He hits it down the third base line past the diving Wallace into left field. Ryan Light goes to cut it off, and the Castle Knights get their leadoff man aboard here in the first. Coleman took it the other way. He's a talented pitcher for the Knights as well. Bainey will get in. Bainey, the center fielder. We'll see if he's asked to sacrifice. They hold against the runner at first. Wright comes home. They bunt, fouls it off third base side. Like in left, Giesler in center, Atkins in right, Wallace, Braxton, Brosmer, Noblet, and Trevino the infield. Third to first behind the plate is Drew Bradley. Center fielder Bainey, again the 0-1. He takes this pitch on the outside corner for a ball. One and one. They throw over back in time. So it's 1-1. Wildcats went 3 up, 3 down against Tilly in the first. Wright works out of the stretch position. Field looks good. Coach Welch and his crew do a nice job out here on that. The 1-1 strike at the knees. And it is 1-2 to Bainey with Liss, the catcher, in the 3-hole on deck for the Knights. Liss, a sophomore. Bainey, a senior. Time called. One-two pitch. This one slap foul, first base side. So 1-2. Cats looking for that double play ball here. Wright bends at the waist, now straightens up on the Castle Field mound and brings the 1-2 home. This one line drive right field. Coleman round second. He's going to try for third. Here comes the play back in. They pump fake, and they nearly had him at first base. First and third for the Knights. Bainey took a big turn. They cut the throw, pump fake, but back is Bainey, and the Knights have some action on the bases here in the home first. And here comes Landon Liss, the sophomore backstop. So the Knights with something going here. Wright again with first and third. Will fake the third and look towards first, but Bainey was drifting off just a bit. Harry Carey would always say that play never works, except when it did. As only Harry could do it. Pitch low, Sad losing another baseball broadcasting icon in the legendary Mike Shannon. That guy was one of a kind. Not another dude like him, but he loved calling games. He loved MLB, and of course, he loved the St. Louis Cardinals. Great football player, All-American high school quarterback, went to Missouri, then signed to play baseball, and just remember going over there and doing rolling stuff, and Shannon was always great with his time, and he would be asking us questions about Scott Rowland, about his athletic ability and what all he did. Mike Shannon never big time. His right goes over and a dive back. He had all kinds of great stories. Sad to hear. Retired a couple of years ago. Cardinal radio broadcasts have not been the same. The 1-1. This one hit on the ground to third, could be two. They go to second, little slight delay, back to first base, not in time. It gets loose. They get the runner at second base. Coleman stays put at third. So 5-4 on the putout. Fielder's choice. Runners still on the corners for Cam Tilley, tonight's starting pitcher. So they'll run at first base here as Hayden Hunt will run at first. Again, Jasper and Central down there on Thursday night. Rain the entire time. They said after 6 we're done. Andrew Noblet, 5 RBIs, 3-run homer in that game. So first and third for the Knights here in the bottom of the first as Tilley swings a bright orange bat. He lofts this one down the right field line. Going over is Atkins, and they tag up at third. Here comes the throw back in. It is cut. They try to go to second. Not in time as well. 1-0 Knights on the sacrifice fly to right off the bat of Tilley. So they parlay those couple of base hits into a run. 2 away, and up to second base goes the courtesy runner, Hunt. So he's in scoring position. That's important, and here comes Tyler Thomas, the second baseman. So Thomas, second sacker. Here's the pitch. This one chopped on the ground to Braxton, has to wait on it. Fields on a big hop, throws to first base to get the out, but not before the Knights pick up a run here in the home first through 1. Castle 1, Jasper nothing. More Wildcat baseball after this on 18 WJTS. Back for the second, Will Wallace will lead things off against Tilley. Had the 3-up, 3-down inning with a strikeout, and using a Mike Shannon saying, "There's your run, big boy, go get 'em." That's what Kurt Welch is saying. So it's 1-0 Knights here with Wallace, Trevino, and Matthew Wright to hit the 1-0 delivery on the way. Hammer in for a strike, and the count squares at 1-1. And Noblet down at Central. 5 innings, 5 hits. Got the win, 3 runs. This one into right field. Going back on it is Walker, and he will make the catch. Walker makes the catch, ran a long way. So here comes Trevino, 296. No home runs and 6 knocked in for the Wildcats. And they're doing some work to the first base bag over there. So 1 away here in the second for Cole Trevino. Again, we'll have the North game Thursday night down at Evansville North. Nice ballpark. Take care of their field as well. 6 o'clock start. We'll have it for you later on at 10. Tilley throws a fastball and it misses. 1-0. Castle undefeated in league play. Jasper with just 1 loss. This is a big one for the Cats here. Don't put a lot of stock in the conference, but it would be nice to just keep it going and pick up a win, if nothing else. Another one in for a strike, 2-0. Tilly will be one of the best the Cats face all season long. The 1-1 pitch now. That is inside. Trevino heading the count 2-1. Castle infield back deep. Third baseman Mitzdorfer off the line with the pitcher Tilly going the 2-1. This one slashed foul toward the Wildcat dugout, first base side. So the Knights here, leading 1-0 here in the top of the second. Glad you could join us. It's a highly anticipated game. Castle appears to be the favorite in that section. This one gets away on the strikeout. Liss will have to throw to first base, and they barely cut down Trevino. Liss quickly pounced on it on that third strike until he gets his second strikeout. 2 away here in the second. So Matthew Wright gets in. One and 0. Tilly throws this one low. Two one. Good pitch there. 2-2. Tilly one pitch away from ending this Cat second, and he gets the strikeout. Wright chases. Liss will complete it by throwing down the first base. 3 up, 3 down for the Wildcats here in the second. We have played through 1.5. Castle 1, Jasper nothing. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with more after this. Carter Walker to lead things off against Matthew Wright. He and the Cats down 1-0 on the Tilly sacrifice fly after one complete. This one popped up, out of play, first base side. So we play here in the second. After one, it was 1-0. That's where we are right now, 0-1. Watson to follow, and Ryan Lampert, the designated hitter. For the Knights, Wright will kick and deal the 0-1. This one squibbed back to the mound, first base side. Wright will underhand toss to complete the at-bat. 0-1. And the Cats will play Edgewood like they usually do on the Hall of Fame tournament, 5:45 Friday. Fort Wayne Dwenger making the trip down at 11 on Saturday. Then Mooresville, good team, around 5:45 on Saturday. But the last game of the night in those tournaments, as we found out earlier, always subject to change as Watson stands in. Run late or run long when you've got 3 games before that on a Saturday. But the weather is supposed to be in the upper 70s on Saturday, a little bit different than the Jasper Invitational weather that was downright Green Bay Packer weather. This one slapped on the ground in the hole between first and second for a base hit, and the Knights get their 3rd hit of the game. Oh, Lampert hits for Mitzdorfer, the third baseman. Lambert gets in. This one hit up the middle like a bullet into left or into center field. Man, that ball took off, skidded off the mound, and 4th hit of the game for the Knights, and they've got some action going here in the bottom of the second inning, leading 1-0. Here comes Garrett Fultz, the shortstop for the Knights. Again, they got a bye in that 4A tournament. Everybody happy that Jasper's out of it. North, really good team in there. Those two are the favorite. Although, you saw Wrights beat Jasper earlier when they got their guy on the mound, Kiefer Parsons. They're really good. First and second, Cats have the double play in order. Right looks back and chases the runner back at second. So one gone here. Number 9 hole hitter. We'll see if he wants to move the guys up 90. He is bunting, pops the bunt up, right back to right. They throw to second, safe. So 2 away. Didn't get the bunt down. That will not make Kurt Welch at all happy. He plays like Coach Gobert does a lot, trying to fundamentally move guys along and try to play that way. So Terry Gobert thought maybe that they got him. He goes out, and now the umpire's going to take a look at it. No, I'm not taking a look at it. That's for the replay we don't have. Safe. No harm going out to ask. Sometimes the plate umpire can look at it, or the other umpire, just with another set of eyes. Back of the top in Coleman, who singled earlier. First and second with 2 away. Bottom of the second, Knights lead 1-0. 2 really good conference games for the Cats Tuesday, tonight, and Thursday. Then after that, just the 2 weeks of the regular season, and then we're off and running toward the tournament next week. Early next week. This one, line drive, left center field, and that will split the defense. It'll bounce in. Watson rounds third. It's 2-0 in favor of the Knights as they go the other way nicely. Stopping at second base is Lampert, and Coleman is 2 for 2. Coleman is very good as well. He is a sophomore. He pitched very well as a freshman last year. So a big 2-out hit, and here comes Bainey, who singled earlier. Wright will come home. This one misses. Actually, hit the strike zone. 0-1. Bainey not exactly enamored with that call by the home plate arbiter. Big gap in left center field. Wright will throw the 0-1. This one hangs high. 1-1 the count here. Lights have been on since the outset. The 1-1 offering. This one shoved into the ground. Time called. 2-1 here. Force out at every infield base. The 2-1 fastball misses inside. It's 3-1. You got Liss waiting on deck in the 3-hole for the Knights. Shin guards on with 2 outs. Cats looking to get out. The 3-1 here. Good pitch inside corner. Castle fans don't like it, but it looked pretty good from up here. 3-2, 2 outs. Runners will be moving there at first and second. They are traveling with the pitch plate work. Wright stares in, kicks and deals. This one hit on the ground to Brosmer. It's short. He will throw to first with the runners moving, and the Cats get out of the inning with only 1 run across for the Knights. Knights pick up a run here in the second. They lead 2-0. We'll have more Wildcat baseball after this on 18 WJTS. Back to Castle. Tilly picks up another run. Knights lead 2-0 as we head to the third. Kai Kuntz, Andrew Noblet, and Tyler Atkins, the bottom third of the Wildcat order. 6 up, 6 down for the Castle right-hander, and Cam brings it home, and he throws it right down central for a called strike. It's 0-1. Tilly has struck out 3. He's not given up a walk either, as we touched on. The 6 up, 6 down. Another hammer in for a strike. He's got really good command. Kai at 479, 1 home run and 19 knocked in. Hitting the ball well so far, but this is a different story tonight. Called third strike outside corner. Southern Indiana will be glad to see him graduate. He's been really good for a long time. So Noblet gets in, a 3-run homer again down at Central for his first long ball of the season. Out in front of this, chases one, it's 0-1. This will be good for the Cats to see this kind of pitching. It's Starfer in on the grass at third, the 0-1. In for a strike, 0-2. Barry Gober not exactly happy with that one, basically saying Tilly does not need any help. The 0-2. Called third strike right there, too. That was looked like a little better than the previous pitch. 5 punch-outs for Tilly. And here comes Atkins. So Atkins gets in and right. 1-0 to Tyler. Been good in the bottom half of that order. 9th hole. Over 300 with 11 RBIs. Hits this one foul. The count squares at 1-1. Next week, I know it's Gibson Southern on Monday at home. Lincoln on Tuesday at home, the 1-1 low. Off Wednesday and Thursday, then the short trip to Southridge for a game with the Raiders and a Saturday afternoon affair with Forest Park. So what's gas being used next week? The 2-1. Atkins lays off. Leadoff man Ryan Like on deck here. The 3-1 pitch, and he blew it right by Tyler that time. So a good old-fashioned fastball. 3-2 here. Tilly trying to remain perfect. Cat's trying to scratch. Outside corner, he got Atkins. 3 strikeouts for Tilly here in the third. We'll head to the bottom of the third. 2-0 Knights. We'll take a break, and we'll have more Wildcat baseball after this on 18 WJTS. Back for the bottom of the third. Castle leads 2-0 against Wright and the Wildcats. List, the 3-0 hitter, takes it for a strike. Equal opportunity on those outside corner pitches. This one lofted into right. Going back on it is Atkins. Turned around a couple of times, and he won't be able to come up with it. It's going to be extra bases. And the Knights continue to hit the ball. That one the other way. Wind a little bit. Got a hold of it. So here comes Tilly, who flew to right to drive in a run. Once again, Hunt will run at second base for List, the catcher. They get the catchers off the bases, as we know. So right back to the stretch here with his counterpart Cam Tilly standing in. Got that orange bat. Add some navy blue, and he's got the colors of the Auburn Tigers. Auburn's pitching coach, former big leaguer Tim Hudson. Gonna keep an eye on him. Ball got away from Bradley. Hunt does not move up. Gonna try to get him to come to Auburn no matter what happens in the draft, and I'm sure it'll be the round in the money situation. You know, seen that before with the Rolands and the Kendalls, the Mocks, the Colson Montgomerys. Sometimes college is better for people, especially sometimes pitchers. Especially in the SEC, you can develop those guys, and it's like playing in the minor leagues with that league. The 2-0. Tilly takes a good pitch from Matthew there. That was a nice pitch by the Jasper right-hander. It's 2-1. So Tilly looks out at second base and now wheels back there. You don't have to throw to second. 2-0 Castle here in the Bottom of the third, glad you could join us for this colossal SIAC matchup. Here's the pitch from Matthew. Inside, blocked by Drew in the dirt. 3-1. So, man, cleanup hitter Till. You don't want to be down 3-1 to him or those guys coming up behind him. The 3-1 from Matthew is on the way. Curve ball again, hit into right but foul. Castle fans cheering about the cars down the right field line toward John Lottie Stadium. We park as far away as we can off on the third base side. Not our first ball game down through the years. Here, the 3-2. Tilly slaps it foul. Third base side. Like those great parking spaces or outside League Stadium. They're nice and close to the ballpark, but park at your own risk. There's a reason why they're wide open there behind home plate. 3-2 to Tilly with the runner at second base. Hunt. It's on the way. This one hit on the ground. Nice piece of hitting by Tilly. Moves it to the right side, and Noblet throws on. The runner Hunt goes up to third. Situational hitting by Tilly, one away. Now the Knights have a couple of different cracks at it with the runner at third. So Thomas grounded to short earlier. Traditionally, when they've had their better teams and veteran teams, they were a really good hitting team. They've got some guys playing some college baseball. Niehaus out of USI for Coach Archuleta. This one inside. He was a really good player. Starts for the Eagles in the infield. One Ando. Cat infield comes in. Step behind the dirt. This one chopped over Wallace into left field. And the Knights back on the board. It's 3-0 on that chop that Wallace was in to begin with. And he just can't jump high enough. And it's an RBI single for Thomas chasing home Hunt. 3-0. Seventh hit of the game for the Knights. They've had multiple hits in each inning and still just one away here for Walker. So Walker, the right fielder, throw over back in time with the dive. One low, 1-0. With a 1-0. Pop foul. 1-1 right working here in the bottom of the third. Knights with a run in every inning so far, leading 3-0 here in the home third with one away. Wind really blowing. Wallace's shirt at third being blown into the wind. We saw that play havoc in right just a couple of minutes ago. The wind 2-1 now. And the Knights back at that Bossy Field sectional in 4A. Cats moving to 3A with their enrollment in at least baseball and softball. The 2-1 table, the latest proposal, would really make it equitable for all the teams. I think it's going to pass once they get after it in June, but tabled it as of right now. The 3-1 now pitch to the hitter Walker, hit on the ground slowly towards Brosmer. He's going to have the force out the knob with the relay, not in time. Not a prototypical double play. Brosmer had to come and get it, but they do get the force out at second base and a fielder's choice for Walker. 2 away for Jace Watson, who singled, knocked in a run. So 2 away, Knights 3, Cats nothing here. We play here in the home third. Good pitch inside corner for Wright. Dances in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Knights here. Still out here in the second with one across. Wright peeks over his shoulder and throws over there, back with the dive. Trevino holds against the runner. Wallace, Brosmer, Noblet, and Trevino in the infield. Like Giesler and Atkins in the outfield. Drew Bradley behind home plate tonight once again. 0-1. Wright trying to put a stop to this night inning. The 0-1 pitch. Good pitch right there. He checked his swing, and it was in the zone anyway, and it's 0-2. All right, trying to get out without any further damage here. Facing the 7-hole hitter, Jace Watson. Wright straightens up on the night field mound and will bring it home. It foul back into the netting. Home plate, they've got bleachers from dugout to dugout. Little chair back section behind home plate. We able to put our camera in the press box, which is nice. It's a little different in every place we go. Nothing like home at Rixer Field. The 0-2, and he fouls this one off. He stays alive. Just do what you got to do on the road. Appreciate all the cooperation from the ADs as we head to the road. 0-2 with 2 away. Cat defense back up the middle here. Got that force out at second base. Wright comes to the stretch. Fastball gets away, and it's 1-2. These are the really marquee games. You sit through so many bad ones throughout the season. Teams that don't really take it seriously, and get this kind of matchup, you look forward to it. Although the Cats not liking the game so far, it's now 2-2 to Watson. The break even. Got him. Nice pitch by Wright. Inside corner, froze him. Wright gets the strikeout, his first, but the Knights get another run here in the third. We'll head to the fourth. 3-0 Castle. We'll have more Wildcat baseball after this on 18 WJTS Sports. Back to Castle. Cam Tilley. 9 up, 9 down as we head to the fourth. Ryan Like will hit for the second time. He bounced to short his previous plate appearance. 1-0 here. Next pitch. That is out of the zone. 2-0 here. Cats try to be patient. It's Starfer in the grass at third. A 2-0 pitch. That one inside corner, a fastball. Blisters in there, and it's 2-1. Two one, fastball. 3-1, so Tilley behind the count here to Ryan Like, the leadoff hitter. Giesler and Bradley to follow. Strike two, 3-2. The dirt, ball 4. So Like waits out Tilley there. First base on ball for the right-hander. That'll bring up Braden Giesler, who flew out to Watson and left. See what Tilley does, holding on a runner here. Cats down 3-0, trying to battle here. Pitch outside. Chop to short, could be two. On to second for one. Relay back to first. They do not throw. Giesler runs well. They get the force out at second. High hop. One away. Bradley will stand in. 0-1. Pitch misses for Drew. He struck out then the first. Throws back over. One away here in the fourth. Cats down 3-0, trying to chip away against the standout right-hander, Cam Tilley. The 1-1. Tilley, his dad, Jeff, was a really good basketball player back at North Knox in the mid-'80s. The 1-2. This one hit on the ground softly towards second. Thomas will get the throw at first, and the runner moves up to second base. So Wallace will stand in with a runner out there. So Wallace stands in. Flew out to right. Gets in. Runner in scoring position. Fastball. He misses inside. Lost control of that one. It's 1-0. Cats are going to battle. Just try to put that ball in play. Put some pressure on the defense. And cut down on those strikeouts. Runner at second. Braden Giesler. Good pitch outside corner at the knees. And the count goes to 1-1 to the Wildcat hitter Will Wallace. Couple of home runs. 1-1 Tilley. Peeks at the runner at second and drives it home. Hammer, strike two. Man, he's got a good command of that breaking ball and that hard hammer. Cats, of course, down through the years have seen their share of pitchers and playing good teams, and he's one of the best that they've seen. 1-2, Giesler the runner. Tilley will break contact with the pitching rubber. Knights lead 3-0. Cats bat here in the fourth. Glad you could join us late night here on 18. Love to hear the comments that people like our games. This one in the dirt, swung on and missed, and Tilley will get the strikeout. Wildcats get a base runner, but that is all here in the fourth. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Cats trail the Knights 3-0. We'll break and have more after this. Back to Castle. Wildcats down here in this one. 3-0. Ryan Lampert will be the hitter against the new Wildcat pitcher, Will Wallace. Right goes the first. Trevino over to third. Here's the pitch to Lampert. So, ball one, right, 3 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, struck out a batter, did not walk a batter. Wallace last worked out at Jeffersonville in that 5-1 win. 5 innings, 6 hits, 1 run. Struck out 5 and walked 3. Here's the next pitch. It's out. Wallace on the season, 10 1/3 innings. This was his 5th appearance, 1-1 on the season. 8 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, struck out 16 and walked 7. In for a strike, it's 2-1. Lampert, Fultz, and back to the top in Will Coleman for the Knights. 2-1. Wallace exclusively from the stretch. Kicks and deals. Fouled away over the Wildcat dugout, first base side. Scouts here to watch Tilly. There's scouts that have been coming around high school baseball for a long time. Saw Mike Gibbons. He was a guy that tracked Phil Kendall way back in 1996 when he was with the Brewers. Strike three, good pitch by Wallace. He gets the punch out. Mike was about all of Kendall's starts his senior year in 96, and the Brewers ended up drafting Kendall. Mike works for the Yankees right now. Fultz stands in. It's an interesting life going to all spring on the road, tracking high school, college within your area, usually 3 or 4 states, fouled away. Watch players and make recommendations when the draft comes around. They were around here a couple of years ago when Colson Montgomery was coming through. 1-1 with 1 away. Wallace, breaking ball hidden for a strike. 1-2. Fultz popped up a bunt trying to sacrifice earlier. Wallace brings it home. This one popped into shallow left center, and it will bounce into no man's land. The 8th hit of the night for the Knights. So a 1-out single turns the lineup back over to Will Coleman, who is 2 for 2. Again, with this week, with the game Thursday, then the game Friday, 2 on Saturday, Cats' pitching depth will come into play. They work a lot. They don't throw the same pitchers every night. They've tried to build a staff. They throw over back in time. They've thrown 9 pitchers so far through the 16 games. 15-1 are the Wildcats, and winners of 6 straight, down 3-0 to Castle here in the home 4th. Here from Castle. Throw over. Back in time. Again, right over at first base. Trevino at third. Rosemer and Noblet up the middle, with Like, Giesler, and Atkins in the outfield. Drew Bradley behind the plate. Oh, the pitch on the way from Wallace, and it is strike at the knees. Wallace has come in pumping strikes, which you like to see out of that second and third pitchers. Pops a bunt up, netting third base side. The 1-2. Two to Coleman. Hit on the ground softly to right at first. He'll have a play at second. They got him. Relay back to first base. Safe. Boy, I thought Wright wouldn't have a chance at second since it was so slowly hit, but he did make the play, which was good. 2 away. Fielder's choice for Coleman. Bainey will stand in. He's 1 for 2. Knights with 8 hits on the game. Two away. Runner at first. Wallace throws over. fastball. Bunt. They throw over, and they get him. Oh, Baney tried to lay down a bunt, but to no avail. Cats keep the Knights off the board here in the fourth. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. Jasper trails Castle 3-0. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with more Wildcat baseball after this on 18 WJTS. Back to Castle as the Knights take the field against the Cats. Tilley on for inning number 5. Wallace to lead things off. This one back into right. Going back on it is Walker, and it is up against the wall, and Trevino will get into second base on the first hit of the game. A double the other way off the bat of Trevino. Got it up in the jet stream, and it tailed. So Wright stands in. So runner at second. Tilley with Wright at the plate. Misses. Two one. Chased one. It's into the dirt. 2-2. Nobody out. Cats here in the fifth trying to get on the board. Down 3-0 to Tilley and the Knights. Back to the screen, and that'll move the runner up to third. 3-2. Ball chopped on the ground. That'll get the run home. And the Cats chase home their first run of the game. So here comes Kuntz. Oh, and one. Cats push across the run as they get that hit. This one chopped up over the mound. It's short. Foltz gets it, throws on to first, 2 away. A couple of ground outs here. Cats get on the board. It's 3-1, and here comes Andrew Noblet. 0 for 1 in the game. Noblet to be followed by Atkins. 1-0. And for a strike, 1-1. One delivery. High fastball. 2-1. So Noblet digging in. Base is clean, the 2-1 hammer strike. The 2-2. Got him. Struck him out, but the Cats pick up a run here in the third. Or, excuse me, the fifth, I should say. We'll head to the home fifth. Castle still leads Jasper 3-1. We'll have more Wildcat baseball after this on 18 WJTS. Back to Castle. We head to the bottom of the fifth. 3-1. Jasper cuts into that lead. Wallace on for his second inning of work. Gave up a hit last inning, but they did not score. Wallace brings it home. Liss pops it foul out of play. Liss, fielder's choice, a double and a run scored. Castle scored one in the first, one in the second, and one in the third. Kept off the board in the fourth. Liss, the three-hole hitter. That one got away from Will, and it's upstairs 2-1. North on Thursday. We'll have it for you later on at 10 on 18. And Friday, the Hall of Fame tournament starts. This one fouled away, first base side. Jasper play Edgewood. Saturday's game, 11 o'clock against Dwenger, and around 5:30, 5:45 on Saturday at Rookser. Weather should be good. It'll be the Cats taking on Mooresville. The 2-2 outside. The Saturday games will air at 1 on Sunday afternoon. Walked him. Hunt running again. So a walk, first walk issued by Wildcat pitching. Here comes Tilley, who is 0 for 2, did lift a sacrifice fly for the first run of the game. Wallace comes to the pause, throws it to Tilley, strike outside corner with a fastball. Coach Welch and a series of signs on the coaching line at third. They hold the runner on. The 0-1. One and one now. And fouls it off into the glove of Bradley, and it's 1-2 to Tilley. The 2-2. Tilley hammers it into left field. Light goes to run it down. Runner rounds second. He's got good speed. He dives into third. Play at second. He's safe. Tilley hustling on the back end of that. And it's second and third with nobody out for the Knights. Light was going toward the line, and Hunt was running all the way to third on that. Knights will run at second base for Tilley, Jace Bowman. So Bowman will run. Ninth hit of the game for the Knights. Nobody out here. Here comes Thomas, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI. 3-1 Jasper trails. 0-1. Thomas with second and third here. Wallace trying to alleviate the damage. And Cats almost had a little play on at second base. Their coverage, don't want to be out of position here. Wallace brings it home. Curve ball hammered right at Brosmer, and the Knights scurry back. Good base running by the Knights. They had to see it through. It didn't go through, and Thomas hit it right on the screws, and Brosmer with his head on a swivel looked at third, looked at second, and all the Knights were back in plenty of time. Oh, Walker stands in. Cats dodge a bullet right there, literally. Cat infield in, down 3-1, knowing that runs will be scarce. This one popped back into left. Like will drift back. It'll be enough to chase the run home. It's 4-1 Castle on the sacrifice fly by Carter Walker. As Hunt comes in to score, the runner still at second base. Cats with 2 outs now on Castle. 4-1. Here comes Watson, who is 1 for 2 with a run scored. Bottom of the fifth, Knights. Lead here. Two away. Wallace trying to put the brakes on this inning here. Popped up behind home plate. Bradley will give it a look, and that'll be into the stands. Oh, 1 into the dirt, and that'll get back to the screen, and Bowman will be able to move up to third. One. Fouled away third base side. It'll find the seats. 1-2. 2 away. Cats try to shut it down here and see what they can do against Tilley, who's been good tonight, giving up 1 hit. And that run, the 1-2 Wallace to deal with Watson here. Low into the dirt. Watson, a freshman. 2-2. This one hit on the ground foul first base side. Two and two, Wallace. The runner at third trying to shut it down here. The break even to the freshman Watson. Good pitch. Barely missed. Cat thought that was strike 3. Terry Gilbert kind of chattering at the home plate umpire right there, 3-2. Sometimes you got to be happy if you're a hitter there. You didn't get it wrong up. The 3-2 from Wallace. And this one fouled away. Good confrontation here against Watson for Wallace and vice versa. 4-1 Knights. Scored in every inning except the fourth. Single runs in 4 out of the 5 innings so far. 3-2, the count to Watson. Wallace pumps it home. Hit on the ground. Noblet, nice sliding play, and throws on to end the inning. Nice play by Noblet to end the frame, but the Knights pick up a run here in the fifth. They lead Jasper 4-1. We'll head to the top of the sixth right after this on 18 WJTS Sports. Welcome back as we head to the sixth. It'll be Tyler Atkins leading things off against Tilly, and first pitch fouled away. Tilly giving up our run on a hit. And as, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts. Atkins pumps this one back deep into left. Watson will give it a look, and it's up against the wall. And Atkins will be in at second base with the leadoff double. Both Wildcat hits have been doubles tonight. So Atkins at second. That turns the lineup over for Like, the leadoff man. Strike one to Like. For 1 Castle, but the Cats have their leadoff man on here in the top of the sixth. 0-1 delivery. Tries to bunt in self-defense. Pitch inside. Bunted a bad pitch. So he's down 0-2. It's Darfer at third. Has to deal with Atkins running behind him. If he charges too much, he'll pull the bat back and perhaps steal the base. So he's got to play it safe. Like tried to bunt it, but now he's down 0-2, so probably off. But who knows? They might try to execute. Called third strike. So the Cats don't execute there. 9 strikeouts for Tilly. So here comes Giesler, 0-2. Top of the sixth, 4-1 Knights. Jasper trying to scratch back. Had their leadoff man on as Atkins doubled to the base of the wall and left. Giesler slashes it foul. Third base side. Check swing, looked like he went 1-1, but they say he did not. Pretty good pitch by Tilly as well. Runner at second. Cats trying to drive him home. Giesler swings from the left side. Tilly checks the runner and brings it home. Bottom dropped out of a breaking ball, and it's 1-2. One, two, and he struck him out. Two away. Oh, 10 strikeouts for Tilly, and here comes Drew Bradley, a strikeout victim back in the first. Runner at second, that is Atkins, who doubled to start the inning. This one hit on the ground at third. Up with it is Mitzdorfer. Throws on to cut down Bradley to end the inning. The Cats foil the leadoff double. We'll head to the home six. 4-1 Castle. We'll have more Wildcat baseball after this on 18 WJTS Sports. Back for the bottom of the sixth. 4-1 Cats trail. Wallace in for inning number 3. Wright went the first 3. Gave up 7 hits and 3 of those runs. Lambert hammers this one down the left field line past Trevino. Like chases it down in the corner, and chugging for second is Lampert. He gets his second hit of the game as he ambushed the first pitch of the bottom half of the sixth into the left field. Keaton Maggard will run. So Fultz gets in, 1 for 2. Garrett, a junior. Leadoff man on here, and then they run at second base for the DH. Bunts right back to the mound. Wallace has him smoked at third, and they make the play. Good job by Wallace. Good job by Bradley saying 3-3-3. Bradley can look at the whole field, so they cut down the runner at third. So he's the fielder's choice for Fultz at first. So back to the top in Coleman. Due up for the Cats in the 7th, Wallace, Trevino, and Wright. 4-1 Jasper trails. Wallace tries to keep the Knights right where they are. Knights with single runs in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and then the 5th. Wallace comes to the high set and pumps it home. Breaking ball hit on the ground at 3rd. Trevino up with it, bobbles it, throws it on anyway, and they got the runner at 1st. He made the play. Runner moves up to second base. You just get the one you need and live to fight another day. And here comes Bainey, the center fielder. Have the North game on Thursday night down there. North is a good team again. Castle will be the favorites in that 4A sectional with Jasper out of that mix. Jasper will play at Southridge in 3A. They'll play on the opening night in Game 2 against Washington as the first pitch in for a strike. Heritage Hills and Southridge open it up. Lincoln and Pike will play in the bye game on Monday afternoon, Memorial Day. This one in for a strike, and it's 0-2. Jasper Washington winner, Southridge Heritage winner will meet in the first game on Memorial Day, 11 o'clock in the opener. Finals on later on in the night. Ball into the dirt. Bradley keeps it from going back to the fence, but enough for Fultz to scamper up the third. He's 90 feet away. A lot of room behind home plate in the backstop. Should another one get past Drew? Not many do. Raiders playing good baseball this year. Southridge. The 1-2 curveball popped up behind the first base bag. Wright will be there in foul territory and make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. But it's the last call for the Wildcats. They'll come to the plate in the 7th, down 4-1 to Cam Tilley, and the Knights will step aside. Have more Wildcat baseball after this on 18 WJTS Sports. Back to the ballpark. We head to the visitor 7th. Cats are down here 4-1. Wallace, Trevino, and Wright against Tilley. A 2-hitter so far. Gave up the run back in the 5th on the double by Trevino. This one chopped high to 3rd. Mitzdorfer has to wait for it to come down. Guns at the first base. Got him. Kept his foot on the bag. That's the loneliest feeling in the ballpark on a high hopper. You're just waiting for that thing to come down. And with the runner going down to first base, and Mitzdorfer did a nice job of hanging with it. That front of that plate very hard. And here comes Trevino. He doubled and then scored the lone run of the game. Gets in. Tilley backs him up off the plate. This will be the last time the Cats will face Tilley. 1-0. Tilley was a really good quarterback as well. Did not play this past season, but he was really good at quarterback for the Knights. Coach Doug Hurt, a good coach. The 2-0, got good coaches, Coach Welch and Hurt in football, and Brian Gibson in basketball, 2-1. Tilly peeks over the top of the glove and brings it home. And it is in for a strike. 2-2 with one down. Trevino, 1 for 2. Right on deck, Tilly. Getting ready for the break even, and he brings it home. Fouls it off. Cats and North on Thursday, then it's Edgewood in the early game on Friday night, the Hall of Fame Classic. Mooresville and DeWinger in the second game out there. The 2-2 to Trevino. Hit on the ground to short. Foltz will field it belt high and pump it over there to first base with a strong peg. And they get their man, 2 up, 2 gone. Cats with the 6-game winning streak. 15-1 on the season, in danger of dropping their second league game. Castle looking to stay undefeated in league play. They're 6-0. Here's the next pitch, and he throws it by Matthew, who drove in the run with an RBI ground out to short. Tilly working on a 2-hitter. The 0-1 hit on the ground, and Mitch Barfer had it go up off his glove into left field. So a base hit for right. Third hit of the game, and Kai Kuntz will stand in. Lucas Tim will run it first. So Tim running it first. So Kuntz gets in with 2 outs. Jasper down 4-1. Tilly looking for the complete game win here. One and one. Three 3-1 Tilly. That is a pitch in for a strike, and it's 3-2. Runner will be off and traveling here. 3-2 with 2 outs. So Tim will be running here. 3-2 with 2 gone. So Kuntz waits. The payoff pitch from Tilly. He brings it home. Hit on the ground softly towards second. Thomas gobbles it up, throws on to end the game. And the Knights pick up a 4-1 win over the Cats on the Tilly 3-hitter, striking out 10 Wildcats. Jasper goes to 15-2. Their second conference loss. They have their 6-game winning streak snapped by the Knights here in this one. Next up, it'll be the Jasper Invitational. Cats will play Edgewood coming up on Friday night, 5:45. We'll have it for you at 10 right here on 18. So the Cats drop it 4-1 to the Castle Knights here this evening. That'll do it here from Newburgh. For Jeremy Marcos, I'm Kurt Guxel saying good night from Castle.